everyone, my name is Katya and today I'm going to show you how to crochet this fun and easy ghost. We start working on half a circle, then adding a couple of rows of double crochets and some details, and you'll have yourself this cute ghost. It is measuring about 23 inches long by 9 inches wide. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more fun projects. For this project, you're going to need number 4 medium weight yarn with a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. You're also going to need scissors and a little bit of black felt for the eyes and the mouth and something to glue them on. I'm going to be using yellow so you can see better. We're going to work using 2 strands of yarn. Let's go ahead and start with the slip knot. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Slip stitch into the first chain to create a ring. And into the ring we're going to be working our double crochets. If you pull on this, you can see the ring. Chain 2, this chain 2 doesn't stand for anything. Into this ring we're going to work 7 double crochets. I'm going to be working my yarn tail in. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 more, 7. Here we finished on round 1. And at the end you should have 7 double crochets. You can pull on this yarn tail and it'll tighten the center. Now let's chain 1. This chain 1 doesn't stand for anything. Turn your work. Into this first stitch we're going to work 2 double crochets. So go into that first stitch, work 1 double crochet, and then go back into that same stitch and work your second double crochet. Into the next stitch we're going to work 2 double crochets. So here's 1 double crochet, and then go back into that same stitch and work your second double crochet. And that's the repeat. We're just going to work 2 double crochets into each stitch across. So here at the end of row 2, I have 14 double crochets. Chain 1 and turn your work. Into the first stitch, we're going to work 2 double crochets. Here's 1. And go back into that same stitch and work your second double crochet. Into the next stitch, work 1 double crochet. Into the following stitch, work 2 double crochets. So it's 2 double crochets and then 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets and then 1 double crochets. And that's the pattern. And now work 1 double crochet into the next stitch. And repeat, work 2 double crochets into the next stitch. And 1 double crochet into the following stitch. Continue working like this and I'll meet you at the end. Now one thing to keep in mind, you will be ending with 1 double crochet into the last stitch, and I'll meet you there to show you what to do next. Chain 1, turn your work, and at the end of row 3 you should have 21 double crochets. I forgot to mention that. So we just chain 1 and we're going to turn our work. Into this first stitch we're going to work 2 double crochets. So here's 1. Go back into that same stitch and work your second double crochet. Into the next 2 stitches, let me fix this. Into the next 2 stitches, we're going to work 1 double crochet. So here's 1, and go into the next stitch and work on the next double crochet. So let's repeat. We're going to work 2 double crochets into the next stitch, and 1 double crochet into the following 2 stitches. So here's 1, go into the next stitch and work on the next double crochet. And that's the pattern, so continue working and I'll meet you at the end. And remember, into this last 2 stitches you're going to work 1 double crochet. So 1 double crochet here and 1 double crochet here. At the end of round 4, you should have 28 double crochets. For round 5, chain 1, turn your work. Work 2 double crochets into the first stitch, 1, and go back into that same stitch and work your second double crochet. Now into the next 3 stitches, we're going to work 1 double crochet. Here's 1, 2, and 3. Again, work 2 double crochets into the next stitch, 1 and 2, and into the next 3 stitches, work 1 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. And that's the repeat. Don't forget, you're going to work 1 double crochet into the last 3 stitches. So we're always going to start with 2 double crochets into the first stitch, but we're always going to end working 1 double crochets into the last stitches. At the end of row 5, you should have 35 double crochets. Row 6 is our last increase row, and we're going to start the same way. Chain 1, turn your work. Into the first stitch, we're going to work 2 double crochets. Here's 1. And go back into that same stitch and work your second double crochet. Into the next 4 stitches, work 1 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And let's repeat. Work 2 double crochets into the next stitch. And work 1 double crochet into the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And you're going to repeat and continue working like this until the end. And at the end, into the last 4 stitches, you're going to work 1 double crochet. And I'll meet you then. At the end of row 6, you should have 42 double crochets. Now we're going to continue and work all along this side. We're going to add double crochets. Let's chain 1, and into this side stitch, the double crochet that we just finished working on, our last double crochet, we're going to add 2 double crochets on the side of that double crochet. So here's 1, and go back and work on your second double crochet. Now using these stitches right here, we're going to add our double crochets, and try your best to work on your double crochets using those spaces. Into this chain space right here where we started working on row 1, we're going to just work 1 double crochet. And I'm going to repeat along this side and add my double crochets. I'm going to try to add 10 double crochets because I did 10 double crochets on this side. At the end of this row, I have 21 double crochets. Now yours might be different. You just want it to lay flat, and that's what you're looking for here. For row 8, we're just going to chain 1, turn our work, and work 1 double crochet into the first stitch, and then 1 double crochet into the remaining of the stitches. And that's what I'll do. I'm just going to go ahead and work my double crochets into each stitch across, and I'll meet you right over here. Row 8, I have 21 double crochets. For row 9, let's chain 1, turn our work, and we're just going to repeat like we did for row 8. We're just going to work 1 single crochet into the first stitch, and then work 1 single crochet all across using each stitch. Continue working like this, and I'll meet you at the end. At the end of row 9, this is how it looks like. Let's go ahead and add some stitch markers, which I already went ahead and did. Now, what we need to do is we need to skip this 3 rows right here. And right over here where you can see the double crochets, here we worked 2 double crochets into this stitch right here. We're going to add a stitch marker using the first double crochet. Let's go ahead and count. So this would be our first double crochet. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Into the 16th stitch, go ahead and add your next stitch marker. You're going to skip 10 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And into the 11th stitch, go ahead and add a stitch marker. Now let's come on this side, and we just need to double check to make sure we have 16 stitches on this side. And here I added a stitch marker so you can see right over here we worked our double crochet and we added 2 double crochets on the post of the stitch for this row right here. So we need to add that stitch. So we're going to put a stitch marker there and count 16. So this being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And we just checked and make sure that everything is even. Let's chain 1 and work 1 single crochet all along the side until we get to the stitch marker. And let's count how many we added so we can add the same amount to this side right here. And I'm going to try to do 6 single crochets. So I'm just going to go ahead and find my space and add a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Doesn't have to be exact, you just want to make sure you have your single crochets all along the side. Now, here we have our first stitch marker. Go ahead and remove it and let's work on our single crochet. Now we need to have 16 single crochets until we get to this part, this stitch marker right here. This would be our 16th one. I'm going to remove the stitch marker and work my 16 single crochet. So far we have 22 single crochets, including the 6 that we worked on right over here all along these rows. So we have 22 single crochets. Now let's go ahead and chain 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue chaining until you have 40. Once you have your chain of 40 done, now remember, you can switch it up and make it shorter or longer. This is the part where we're going to be hanging our ghost. So you can decide how long or short you want it to be. I'm going to stick to 40. Now without twisting it, so I'm just moving my fingers along this chain, making sure they're even and not twisted. We're going to work a single crochet using our next stitch marker. So remove it and into that stitch, work your single crochet. And this was our first single crochet. Let's move on. So 1, 2, 3, and 16 into that stitch marker. You can go ahead and remove it. Now all we need to do next is just work our single crochets all along this side, and we need a total of 6 because we did total of 6 on this side. So let's do that. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a little hard. And one more 6. And this is how it looks like. Now remember, you have 22 here, skipping this 10, and 22 here. Now if you're having a hard time doing it this way, what you can do is just work one single crochet all along this side and then fasten off and then chain up and attach it separately. But this is a different variation where we just continue working all around. Let's go ahead and chain one and cut our yarn. We can fasten off, we're already finished. Now what we need to do is using the back, we're just going to use our hook and just hide this yarn tails the best we can. They don't have to be perfect, but we just want to hide it so it's out of the way. And I'm just using the loops of the stitches and bringing it all along this side. Then I'm just going to come back this way and use a couple of stitches on this side. Like so. You can cut this and we're ready for the next part. Using our 2 strands of yarn, we're going to go ahead and measure out about 36 inches long and cut right at 36 inches. Now you can make yours different if you want to, but I'm sticking to 36 inches. And go ahead and cut out a whole bunch of these because we're going to be attaching these to the bottom row right here. And I'll show you how that's done. Once you have yours cut out, go ahead and fold it in half. And using this loop right here, we're going to attach it with our hook. So picking up the double crochets right along this side right here, we're going to find the first one, insert your hook using that space. Now bring up this loop and wrap it around your hook and pull through. Make a big loop. Take out your hook. Using your fingers, you're going to go ahead and pick up the strands, pull through, and tighten it. And repeat. You're going to pick up your next set of strands. Remember, I'm using 2. You can use more if you want to. Fold it in half. Using this loop and our hook, we're going to find the next stitch. So here's my next double crochet. Using our hook, we're going to go ahead and insert it from the back to the front. Wrap your loops around the hook and pull through. Bring up a big loop. Go ahead and use your fingers and tighten it like that. And you're going to continue and add as many as you like. I already went ahead and I finished working on mine, and this is how it looks like. Now what you want to do next is, once it's hanging, what you want to do is kind of cut the bottom out and make them even. So see how it's uneven here? I'm going to go ahead and use my scissors and cut the bottom out so they're nice and even. Here I cut out 3 ovals, and this is a little bit larger, but these 2 are the same size. And I'm actually going to go ahead and start gluing the mouth part first. And the way I arranged it is right over here where we did our first round, right here. I placed this right on top of it to close it. So that's where I'm going to go ahead and glue the mouth first. Went ahead and separated the mouth and the eyes using 1 row. So here you can see 1 row of double crochets and then 1 stitch in between the 2 eyes. And that's how I'm going to glue them on. Remember, you can change it up and make it any way you want to. And here's our finished ghost. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.